am Monique Waters. I own Massage Amani and Spa, which is the location we are currently at. We are located in downtown Overland Park. And what we do, we've been in business for about 10 years, and we do various types of massage. So we do everything from lymphatic drainage for post-op care, oncology patients, breast cancer patients, lymphedema patients, but then we also do just basic relaxation and deep tissue massage to aid in pain relief and to help with, just any sort of relief that you need as far as stress. We see a lot of people for relaxation, but most people for deep tissue. You have people who work out, who sit at computers all day. You have people who are constantly up and walking around, mailmen, UPS drivers. So, your bodies get sore, your muscles get sore. So this is just kind of a way to relax that and work those kinks out without you having to, take medications and such all the time. Like I said, this is actually manual manipulation of the body and the muscles. So everybody is a potential client. Massage is good for everybody. There are contraindications, so there are, certain circumstances where somebody may have a health condition that this is not proper for. We don't want to touch them at that point. But for most people, massage is generally going to be safe. One thing that they found is corporate massage. So we typically bring chairs into corporate locations. The workers' comp is down. Employees are happier. They come to work more often. They take less days off. Like, there's been multiple studies to show that when you bring in these wellness activities, but especially massage, you have a better workforce. You have a happier workforce. So we always say, if you're corporate, big company, call us in, we'll come do something for you. But then just the average individual, like I said, if you're somebody who sits at a desk all day, this is probably something you're going to need just to keep your shoulders at bay. If you're somebody who moves around a lot, this is going to help with pain relief. If you're somebody who simply can't sleep, it's going to help you sleep better. So, there's a benefit pretty much for everybody. If you ever read up on PubMed, there's been studies way back when. But what they have found is that oxytocin is released when people have physical touch. So this especially happens with massage. This is the same hormone that's released when women have babies, and that's the reason they put the baby on your chest, so that you can bond. So that kind of builds a relationship, for you with your practitioner. But they've also found that stress hormones go down, so things like cortisol, these decrease, and it happens as quickly as like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So there's definitely science to back the benefits of physical touch in what we do. You just need to find a practitioner that you trust and that you want to work with, because it is an intimate service. You come in, people are undressed, you are always covered with a sheet and a blanket, and then they'll just pull out the limb that they need. So we'll have you get undressed down to your own comfort level. But that typically does mean, without a bra, so that we have access. So basically just look around and find somebody that you feel like you don't mind working with, and you want to make sure that person is actually licensed as well. It varies by state and it varies by city. We're in Overland Park, they're pretty strict here, so you can pretty much assume that most of the people you work with over here are going to be licensed. We are not medical doctors, we cannot diagnose, but if we do notice something that's out of our scope, I would tell you, I think it'd be nice for you to go see your doctor. A chiropractor is somebody else we might refer to. Chiropractors pretty much work hand in hand with us. A lot of people will go to the chiropractor and then they'll come get a massage, because that focuses more on the bones, and then this is more alignment of the muscles. So they are very complementary services. Acupuncture is somebody, we might say, or we might refer you out to. So it really just depends on, like I said, what the person is dealing with. Are you dealing with an autoimmune disease? Are you dealing with a surgical injury? Are you dealing with just an injury? Did you fall outside? Did you hit your butt after you fell in the snow? So it just varies. It depends on the person. So it is accessible to anybody. It is not an inexpensive service, but it is definitely something, if you can, you would want to try to add in at least once a month. A lot of people don't know that some insurance does cover massage. So typically if people have FSA or HSA cards, I tell them to reach out to their insurance company. Sometimes these cards will run just like a debit card. If they don't, sometimes your company will give you paperwork to have us sign, and they will reimburse you. So that is not true for every single insurance carrier, but sometimes those benefits do cover massage. So always look into that, especially if you feel like, you know, you can't afford this. That might be a way for you to actually obtain the service.